Hi, we welcome you to tonight's Greater Nanticoke area Trojans at the Tunkhannock Tigers boys basketball game. We are sorry that we missed the first maybe possession half a minute of this game. We will get you the starting lineups right now. For Nanticoke, we have number 2 Nate Kreitzler, number 20 Trajan Krapinski, as Ryan Harder misses a 3, rebounded by Avery Billings, number 32 for the Tigers. Gets it out to Harder, to Tyler Fox, puts up a 3, around and out. Number 22 Jake Krapinski, number 4 Colby Budzinski, as Kreitzler's three-pointer on the way is good. 6-0 lead for the Trojans.
6:40 left.
And the other starter is number 35 Dylan Szyskowski for Nanticoke. Your Tiger starters are number 15 Nick Raposa, who launches a three-pointer, no good. Number 32 Avery Billings, number 1 Ryan Harder, number 14 Tyler Fox, and number 11 Jack Chilson. We have some important scheduling announcements as the Tigers game at Berwick on Saturday, the 9th, was originally scheduled for 7:15. It will now start at 2:15 as number 22 Jake Krapinski gives it to number 35 Dylan Szyskowski as Kreitzler drives, gets it out to Jake Krapinski. His 3 is off, rebounded by Trajan Krapinski for 2.
It is now 8-0. Nanticoke leading with 5:43 left.
And the other announcement is senior night for the Tigers is scheduled for Monday the 11th. That game will start at 7:15, and it is against the Northwest area, originally scheduled for late January. And the Tigers are headed to the playoffs this year. Their seed is not determined. That stuff's not going to be determined yet, but it looks like they're going to be a 4, 5, 6 seed, somewhere in there. As Avery Billings has the ball stripped away, but he gets called for a travel. Nanticoke will get possession. As Jake Krapinski has it, he gives it to Nate Kreitzler. His 3 is down, around, and out. Rebounded by Billings to Ryan Harder. Nate Kreitzler scored 23 points in his last game against GAR, which the Trojans won 74-65. Billings misses a shot, rebounded by Jake Krapinski. Nanticoke enters this matchup at 16-4. They are 11-4 in the Wyoming Valley Conference Division II. And it looks like they're going to win the Wyoming Valley Conference Division II. Tunkhannock enters 11-8, and they are 7-7 in the Wyoming Valley Conference Division II. Tunkhannock's playing for their 3rd night in a row. They lost to Elmer Myers as Tyler makes the layup, draws the foul. And they lost to Myers down there on Tuesday. They beat Wyoming area last night as Fox makes the free throw.
It's now 3 points, 3-8, 4:19 left.
And they are playing tonight as Kreitzler's three-pointer is good. Kreitzler has hit multiple 3s in this first quarter. As the foul was on Trajan Krapinski, his first, team's first. Avery is out of bounds as the Tigers are down 11-3, starting slow with 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in this first period. Kreitzler will bring it up for the Trojans. He will put up a long 3, which is long, rebounded by Harder. He will give it to Fox. Fox will put up another long 3, and he will miss. Rebounded by Harder. He'll give it to Chilson. And there's a hold on the Trojans. As number 3, J.J. Balicki subs in for number 4, Colby Brzezinski. The foul was on Jake Krapinski, his first, team's second. And Tyler Fox has come out. And Eric Bennett, number 20, has subbed in for him as Raposa misses a 3. Jake Krapinski gave it to Dylan Shazkowski, who gives it to Jake Krapinski to Kreitzler, his 3 long. Kreitzler's putting up a lot of 3s. As another foul on the Trojans. Kreitzler is the meat of this Trojan offense as Fox subs in for Raposa. Fouls on Dylan Shazkowski, number 35, his first. Kreitzler's averaging, I think, 21.4 points a game. So that's a lot in a high school game as Harder hits a 3.
Beautiful. It is now 6-11 with 2:54 left in the first.
As Balicki gets it, he will give it to Kreitzler up top. Back out to Balicki, sets his feet, puts up a 3. Got it blocked by Eric Bennett. The rebound by Trajan Krapinski is no good. Harder has it, gives it to Fox. Fox gives it to Chilson. Chilson gives it back to Fox. Cross court to Harder. Harder sets his feet. He's feeling it now. He's got another 3.
Long shot by
11-9. Trojans lead. Ryan Harder has it back-to-back 3s as Dylan Shazkowski had it. Gave it to Trajan Krapinski, to Jake Krapinski, to Balicki, to Shazkowski. He's got it to Balicki. Over to Jake Krapinski. His 3 is long. Rebounded by Avery. Up the court to Tyler Fox. He will give it to Harder. Harder will set his feet, put up another 3. Tyler Fox gets the assist to Ryan Harder. Harder is on a 9-0 run by himself with 1 minute and 39 seconds left. Tigers snag the lead at 12-11.
1:30 left in the first.
Kreitzler to Balicki to Trajan Krapinski. Back to Kreitzler. Kreitzler drives. His layup is good.
That makes it 13-12, 1:15 left.
Fox will bring it up for the Tigers. He will give it to Harder, back to Fox. Over to Eric Bennett, to Fox. Down low to Billings. Back out to Fox, to Bennett. Bennett sets his feet, puts up a 3. He gets a 3-pointer.
It's now 15-13 with 48 left.
As Kreitzler gives it to Shazkowski. Shazkowski gives it to Jake Krapinski, who gives it back to Shazkowski to Balicki. Balicki has it up top. He will give it to Jake Krapinski. He drives, gives it to Trajan Krapinski. Out to Shazkowski, to Kreitzler. Kreitzler, he drives. He kicks out to Jake Krapinski. Up top to Shazkowski. To Shazkowski. 3-pointer by Kreitzler, no good. Rebounded by Trajan Krapinski. He's good for 2. 15-15, 9 seconds left. 5 seconds left. Fox has it. He will give it to Harder. Harder puts up a 3 at the buzzer, long. And after one of a fast pace, lots of 3s, let's see who can put up the most 3s and see if they can fall through the nylon. It's even. Tigers have made 4 3s, and Tyler Fox has made a layup and an and 1. Nanticoke has 3 fouls. Tigers out of it.
The tension's thick, and we are ready to see a beautiful match tonight, folks.
So, since we weren't able to do the pregame, we'll tell you what Nate Kreitzler did in his last game. He put up 23 points. He made 4 shots from deep and he made 3 from inside the arc. And he was 5 of 6 at the free throw line. So, That's how Nate Kreitzler likes to score for Nanticoke. They hit 8 threes on the night, and they shot 21 free throws and made 16. Jake Krapinski, he added 19 points on 7 field goals, 2 of them from deep, and was 3 of 3 at the line. Your Tigers played last night. They won 64-36. Fox led them with 21 points. He made 8 shots, 5 of them from deep. This game, lots of threes, fast-paced game. Last year, good game. Nanticoke has the ball inbounded to number 4, Budzinski. Last year's game went to overtime between these two teams. And Tunkhannock prevailed in that game as he gives it to Kreitzler. Kreitzler to Budzinski, his no good. Rebounded by number 23, Andy Kozlovsky. Shot by Nanticoke, no good. Off of Nanticoke, as number 3, Andy Kozlovsky is checked into the game for the Trojans. For Balicki, number 3. Fox will bring it up for the Tigers.
Still a tied game.
He will put up a deep 3, no good.
7:22, tie game.
It is the second quarter. That is another foul on Nanticoke. That is on Jake Krapinski. Yes, it was on Jake Krapinski as Dylan Szyskowski will sub back in for Andy Kozlovsky. That is his second, team's 4th. Harder puts up another 3. He's short. Up to to Kobe Budzinski for 2.
It's now 15-17 with 7 minutes left in the second.
As Fox drives the paint, he'll put up a layup, good for 2.
That brings the score back to 17-17, 6:57 in the second.
As Budzinski has it, as the floater by Szyskowski is no good. As Trajan Krapinski will go to the line. The foul is on the Tigers. Trajan will be shooting 2. The foul is on Avery Billings, his first, team's first. Krapinski's first free throw is good. As Jake Krapinski will sub out and Andy Kozlovsky will come back in. His second free throw attempt is also good, making it a 19-17 game for the Trojans, as Fox will bring it up for the Tigers. He will give it to Bennett, over to Harder, down low to Avery, out to Bennett. Bennett sets his feet, puts up a 3, he's long. Avery gets the rebound, and he gets tripped. Or it was
travel.
They called the travel on Avery as he was getting tripped. As the Trojans will bring in Jake Krapinski again for Andy Kozlovsky, as Kreitzler will bring it up for Nanticoke. As he gives it to Budzinski, up top to Jake Krapinski. He drives, gives it to Trajan Krapinski, rebounded by Budzinski. As he will give it to Szyskowski, to Jake Krapinski. Krapinski drives, puts up a floater. He's good for 2.
Scores now 21-17, 5:46 left in the second.
Fox will bring it up for the Tigers. He will give it to Bennett. Bennett will give it back to Fox, poked away by Kreitzler. Kreitzler misses his layup as Fox was coming. Bennett gets it to Harder.
It's a shame to see.
Harder swings it to Fox. Fox up top to Bennett, to Harder. He puts up a floater of his own, and he's good for 2.
It is now 19-21, 5:18 left in the second.
Kreitzler will bring it up. He will drive the middle, give it out to Budzinski. He misses. Fox pushing, almost loses the ball. Slows down as Kreitzler was matched up on him. Gives it to Harder, to Bennett, down low to Chilson, out to Fox. Fox sets his feet, puts up a three, no good. Avery Billings goes for the rebound, has it poked away. Kreitzler brings it up as Tyler is called for the foul on Kreitzler. A lot of good matchups as you have Nate Kreitzler on Tyler Fox and Avery Billings is guarding Trajan Krapinski. So those are some even matchups, good matchups to watch as Budzinski gets it for Nanticoke off the inbound. He will give it to Kreitzler. Kreitzler will give it back to Budzinski. He drives. Avery Billings tips it. Gives it to Harder to bring up. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left. Harder sets his feet, puts up a three. He misses. Rebounded by Jake Krapinski. Krapinski slows it down, gives it to Shizkowski, down to Trajan Krapinski, misses, gets his own rebound, and that's Avery Billings' second foul. Tigers need to keep Avery Billings in this game as Jaron Robinson will sub in. And for Nanticoke, we have Malicki subbing back in, and Andy Kozlowski. He will get the inbound from Kreitzler. Kreitzler drives down low, kicks it out top to Butski. He misses, rebounded by Andy Kozlowski. As Kreitzler has it, he puts up a three over Fox, misses. Harder finally secures a defensive rebound. He'll give it to Bennett, back to Harder. He will give it to Fox. To Harder, over to Bennett. To Harder, to Bennett, up top to Harder. Swings it to Robinson. Jaron Robinson, number 35. To Harder, to Bennett, to Harder. Over to Robinson, to Chilson, cross court to Bennett, to Harder. As Nanticoke goes into a 2-3 zone, he will give it to Robinson, to Harder, to Bennett, Fox, to Chilson. Chilson's layup is missed. He gets his board and puts it up, fighting through contact.
It's now 21-21, 3:46.
As Kreitzler brings it up for Nanticoke. He will give it to Balicki. He will give it to Budzinski, to Kozlowski, to Trajan Krapinski, to Kreitzler, to Balicki. Balicki has nowhere to go but to, as Andy Kozlowski gets it up top. Three-pointer by Balicki is good. Nanticoke snags the lead.
24-21, 3:11 left in the second.
Harder to Robinson, to Harder, to Bennett. Harder sets his feet, puts up another long three, no good. Off Nanticoke. Harder seems to have cooled down, maybe putting up too long of threes, as Bennett will come out for Raposa. Harder was hot in the first quarter, can't take that away from him, but maybe he's cooled off a little here. Inbound goes to Harder, to Raposa, to Harder, to Fox, to Harder, to Fox. He'll swing to Raposa, to Chilson, to Robinson. And Robinson misses, rebounded by Trajan Krapinski, gives it to Kreitzler, gives it to Balicki. Off court to Colby Butski, he misses, rebounded by Raposa. He'll give it to Fox. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left in the half. Fox will give it to Raposa, to Chilson, to Raposa, to Fox, to Harder, down low to Chilson. He'll put up the pull-up J, no good, rebounded by Budzinski. He's pushing. He'll give it to Kreitzler. He'll put up a forced shot, almost in, but no good, rebounded by Raposa, up to Fox. 2 minutes left. Fox is driving, and he'll get the block call on Budzinski, his first, team's fifth of the half. 1:57 left as Nanticoke will have a sub come in. For Kreitzler, who looks to be maybe shooting a little too much, the sub is number 1, Luke Myers. As Harder has it. Give it to Raposa, to Harder.
Harder takes, misses.
Shot no good. Rebounded by Fox. Fox drives, puts up a floater, and that's good. As Szyskowski will bring it up for Nanticoke.
Scores 24-23.
He will give it to Balicki, to Szyskowski, to Myers. He will give it to Szyskowski to, as Balicki gets it. Fox almost rips it away from Luke Myers, knowing he's fresh meat in the game as Kreitzler will come in for him. He gets the walk call on Myers. And Raposa will inbound to Fox. 1:11 left. 1-point game. Fox will bring it into the front court and give it to Harder. Cross court pass to Raposa. Raposa sets his feet and he buries the three.
The score is now 26-24 with 53 seconds left in the second.
As Kreitzler will give it to Szyskowski. Szyskowski will give it to Trajan Krapinski. Over to Balicki. Wasn't expecting it. Kreitzler has it. Gives it to Trajan Krapinski. Over to Balicki. Balicki to Kreitzler. Kreitzler drives the middle. He gets hacked. Foul will be on number 35, Jaron Robinson. His first, team's 4th. Kreitzler will be shooting at the line. He was 5 of 6 in his last game. So he makes his first, bringing them within 1. As number 3, Balicki will sub out in number 5. Colin Brown will sub in for Greater Nanticoke. Kreitzler makes his second free throw, tying the game at 26. As Fox will bring it up. Give it to Raposa, to Fox. Force Kreitzler to come out, give it to Raposa. Nick will force them to come and play him. Now he'll just take it out. He will hand it off to Fox. Fox does not have a lot of room to play with. And it's off. Tyler at 5 seconds left, trying to do too much. As the Trojans will bring in their 3-point shooters with 5 seconds left. As Szyskowski gets it. He loses the ball, and at the half, it is 26-26. We'll take a short break for halftime, and we will be back right after this. Good game. Hi, welcome back from our halftime break here. At the half, the Trojans are being led by who else but Nate Kreitzler, who has made 10 points. And the Tigers are being led by Ryan Harder, who has made 11. For once, it's someone not named Tyler Fox. A little bit of a shocker, but Harder hit 3 threes in a row to pull the Tigers back from a 11-2 deficit, 11-3 deficit. So, Tigers are in this one, 26-26, anyone's game. Last year's game was kind of the opposite. Halftime, Tigers went down, I think, with double-digit deficit and chipped away at it in the second half and prevailed in overtime that time. So, hopefully they can beat them again this time around. And going to the playoffs with some momentum. They have 2 games after this, one against Berwick down there on Saturday, and then they have Northwest on home, which is senior night on Monday. So, for once, the Tigers are kind of out of foul trouble. I mean, Avery Billings has 2, but Nanticoke has Jake Krapinski, number 22, with 2 fouls. And he scored 19 points his last game, so I would kind of attack him, see how he wants to be, because he can score a lot, and just see how tenacious he wants to be on defense.
Overall, it's a close game, and I'm excited to see how these last 2 quarters will play out for either side.
Any predictions, Clyde?
Well, I predict that we'll see a bit more Ryan Harder. Hopefully we can wake that dragon out, Tyler Fox, but so far, only time will tell what will come out of this intense game today, Brad.
Yeah, well, third quarter is getting underway. So, that is the horn for the 1 minute to go in halftime. So, out of the break, the Tigers will have the ball. They will be coming towards the right side of your screen, and the Trojans will be going in the left. Senior night, a lot of seniors Monday night. Gonna be a crowd packer.
Oh, definitely. It was packed enough tonight, Brad. I'm telling you, senior night, especially with how many seniors are on the roster this year.
And the cheerleading squad.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have enough seats for it, Brad.
Oh, I think we will.
As long as they come out in force, I'll be happy.
Oh,
Brad.
yeah. As the lineups are the same for both teams, as Raposa will inbound to Fox. Nanticoke's going back to man. Fox gives it to Harder, to Chilson. Up top to Fox. Fox dribbling. Gives a flashy pass to Avery Billings for 2.
That makes the score 28-26 right at the top of the third.
Avery Billings' first points of the night as Kreitzler passes it off to Shiskowski, to Trajan Krapinski, over to Jake Krapinski. Field drive, step back, give it to Kreitzler. Stolen by Fox, who has his pocket taken by Kreitzler. Jake Krapinski answers with the 3. And there's something over on the sideline.
1 point difference in this game, folks, and it's ever intense.
A ball got loose in the stands. 7:03 left. Poza will inbound to Fox. Give it to Chilson. Down low to Billings. He'll push it up, no, get it. Kreitzler brings it up. Gives it off to Shiskowski, over to Jake Krapinski. To Kreitzler, to Shiskowski, down low to Trajan Krapinski. He'll put up a turn away, no good. Gives the board to Chilson. Harder will bring it up. Give it to Fox. Think about the shot. Drives the paint, puts up his floater, and he makes it.
Finally, we're seeing Tyler Fox in action. It's 30-29, 6:15 left.
Kreitzler has it for Nanticoke. Gives it to Trajan Krapinski, back to Kreitzler. Down low to Trajan, tipped away by Billings. Gives it to Fox. Gives it to Harder. Over to Raposa. To Fox. As Kreitzler has shifted off of Fox. And the call is on Nanticoke, a block. It will be their first foul of the half. The foul was on Dylan Shikowski, his second. Inbound to Harder. They go in the 2-3 zone. Ball's tipped by Nanticoke. Pass is thrown to Trajan Krapinski. To Jake Krapinski misses.
Harder has the ball.
As Trajan Krapinski probably got away with being a little bit aggressive as Harder brings it up, gives it to Fox, puts up the deep three. Long. Trajan brings it down gives it to Kreitzler, to Butski, to Kreitzler, out to Jake Krapinski, to Shiskowski. Gives it to Jake Krapinski. He'll put up a three. Short. Rebounded by Nanticoke. To Jake Krapinski. To Butzinski. To Trajan Krapinski. To Shikowski. Over to Butzinski. Back to Shikowski. To Kreitzler, who gives it down low to Shikowski. He puts up a layup, no good. Rebounded by Jake Krapinski for two. Timeout, Nanticoke.
31-30, 4:16 left in the third. Never intense game, still unraveling at our hands, folks.
Tigers aren't rebounding.
To put simply, you're right there, Brad.
I don't know, but Trajan Krapinski seems to be out-muscling Avery at times. Even though Avery has the height, Trajan kind of has the size, the weight on him, harder to box out.
Fouls.
Avery does have 2 fouls. That's a good point, but I don't know how aggressive he wants to be because he's known for getting in foul trouble very quickly and having to take a lot of time on the bench.
Yeah, well... There's still time left in this game, Brad.
Still time for him, yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully that can happen.
Yeah.
Avery can start out-muscling him.
Hopefully no benches will clear in the process, though, Brad.
I don't know. It's not Valley West in Nanticoke. That one happened last year.
Well, you've got a point.
Hopefully that does not happen here, because I don't know what I'm to do.
I think we're to commentate, Brad. I think we're to commentate.
Yeah. Harder will inbound to Fox out of the timeout. To Harder. Up top to Avery. Over to Chilson. Gives it to Fox. Over to Nick, to Fox. To Nick. Nick sets his feet, puts up the three, no good. Shiskowski is pushing, gives it to Jake Krapinski. Back out to Shiskowski, to Kreitzler, to Butski, to Kreitzler. His three is no good. Rebounded by Chilson to Fox. Gives it to Harder. Harder puts up a long three, and it hits the front of the rim and goes in.
Harder is back in action, bringing it to 33-31, folks.
Kreitzler with the ball. Over to Butski. Over to Jake Krapinski. To Shikowski. Shakowski drives, gives it to Jake Krapinski. To Butchinski, back to Jake Krapinski to Trejan. As we are back, little technical difficulty there. Jake Krapinski has it, gives it to 2:19 left. Butchinski makes his floater.
Now, 36-33.
In case you missed that, Harder made a 3. As Jake Krapinski gives it to Shakowski, to Butchinski, to Jake Krapinski, to Kreitzler, to Butchinski, to Shakowski, and his pass goes to one of the 5 Nanticoke coaches on the bench.
Great pass.
Not in the game, but hey, let's get him involved.
At least
Tigers will get the ball, 1:29 left. Harder will inbound to Fox, to Raposa, to Avery, to Fox, to Raposa, to Avery, to Raposa. He sets his feet, puts up the 3, no good. As number 23, Andy Kozlowski is subbed in. The pass from Jake Krapinski to Butchinski goes about 6 rows up.
Well,
shooting at the wrong side hoop over there.
At least he had the right fan base in mind, Brad.
You are right. Raposa inbounds to Fox. As Nanticoke's in their 2-3 zone. Less than a minute here in the third quarter. Fox forcing Nanticoke to come out on him. If not, he'll just stand there and dribble. Gives it to Nick. As they are back in the man. Nick is being forced. Gives it to Chilson. Chilson to Fox. To Harder. 30 seconds left. Harder and Kreitzler go at it. And Harder bests Kreitzler, drawing the foul. His first, team's second. As they might be in Kreitzler's head a little bit now. 26 seconds left. Fox gets the inbound. He'll bring it into the front court. Gives it to Raposa. Fox just backdoors Butchinski, and he goes in for 2.
It's 38-33 with 10 seconds left,
As
folks.
Tunkhannock does not want Kreitzler taking this last shot with 7 seconds left. Butchinski gives it to Jake Krapinski, and his pass is tipped around. There will be no shot. Tigers grab a lead for once. 38-33. They've played to a draw the first 2 quarters. Nanticoke held to 7. Tigers, they get 12.
Nothing but tension here, folks.
This could be a potential playoff game if they're on the same side of the bracket. I don't know. Tunkhannock's going to be on either the side of Nanticoke, who they're playing right now, or Scranton Prep. Prep has escaped their last teams on buzzer beaters or overtime games. And those teams, they weren't strong. It was like Western Wayne, Holmesdale, Wallen-Paupack, and Scranton.
The game's definitely changed.
So, Tigers snag some momentum. 8 minutes left in this one.
Let's see if they keep their wits to them.
And Nanticoke will have the ball to start this quarter. Inbound is to Kreitzler. He's guarded by Fox. He will give it to Trejan Krapinski, back to Kreitzler. Down to Trejan. Avery's got to be straight up and down. Missed shot by Krapinski off of Ryan Harder. And the student section's getting into it now, letting them hear it.
Everyone's in this.
The inbound is to Trejan Krapinski down low, and Avery Billings gets called for his 3rd foul, team's first. That'll send Trejan Krapinski to the line.
This game has changed from basketball to tactics here, folks.
Who can wear down the other first? His first free throw attempt is through the net.
34-38.
Krupinski has 7 points, 3 of them at the line. His second is good too.
That makes it 35-38.
As Nanticoke goes in the press. Harder to Raposa. To Harder. Drives the paint, puts up a floater off the back. Rebounded by Bachinski. And he's called for a carry. Bachinski trying to do a little too much there. And the Tigers will get it under their hoop. Fox will inbound.
That is really digging into it, Brad.
Fox will go to Raposa with it. And Jake Krupinski forgets Tyler Fox.
Oh! He won't forget him next time.
Bangs home a trifecta. Jake Krupinski caught napping on defense as Fox just gets him in the corner. As Jake Krupinski gives it to Kozlovsky. He misses a 3. And it's off Trajan Krupinski this time. Him and Avery are going at it down low defensively, offensively. They are not giving an inch down low. Inbound Harder to Chilson. Harder, Chilson, Raposa. Kreitzler gets in the pass between Nick and Fox. Nick takes responsibility. Nick knocks down Kreitzler during his 3-point shot attempt. That is Raposa's first, team second. 6:52 left. We've had as many dead balls in this quarter as we had the first 3.
Better than the Super Bowl, Brad.
I don't know, it's pretty good. Kreitzler's first free throw is good.
It's now 41-36.
Makes a second.
41-37.
As Bennett subs in for Nick. Kreitzler's third and final free throw attempt is good.
41-38. 6:51.
Harder to Bennett, to Harder to Bennett. Front court. And Avery gets it. That's a push. Jake Krupinski, also in foul trouble, picks up his third.
Changing the game from a basketball game
If
to...
the Tigers can break the press, Nanticoke has absolutely nothing in the back court. Defensively, Fox inbounds to Chilson, to Bennett. Bennett drives the paint, puts up a floater, and that's a charge. Trajan Krupinski gets it. Bennett's first, team's third. Nanticoke, they look like they have the speed to just press for a whole game, don't they?
Oh, yeah, Brad.
I wonder why they didn't do that at the beginning.
Well, what would be the surprise there, Brad?
Well, normally when you have the speed to press a whole 32-minute game, you just do it.
Well, you don't expect when it comes out in the fourth, do you?
No. Kreitzler brings it up for Nanticoke. Gives it to Bachinski. To Kreitzler. He'll give it to Kozlovsky, who misses, rebounded by Harder. Harder has Bachinski on him. Almost, the trap was coming. Cross-court pass from Bennett to Fox to Chilson. To Fox. To Bennett. The 1-2-2 is back for Nanticoke. To Fox, to Bennett. To Fox. As Tyler throws it off the backboard, they need a timeout. The rebound is by Ryan Harder. Tunkanic's fighting through the storm now.
Yeah.
Nanticoke's pressing them. They're throwing everything they got at them.
It's a close game.
Tunkanic's fighting. And that's what you need to show. It's a raucous crowd tonight, so everything's going their way at the moment. And it's just going the Tigers' way for right now. And with 5 minutes and 43 seconds left, a lot of time left on that electronic clock.
Not a lot of breathing room, though.
Yeah.
41-38.
Tunkhannock can slow this game down, play at their pace. They could be walking out of here with one of the biggest upsets this season.
That's just what we need here, Brad.
Well, you're playing for the playoffs right now. They're playing playoff basketball tonight. Not relying on one guy to do the share for offense, and their defense is tenacious tonight. They haven't gone to their press, but it hasn't been going terrible as Harder inbounds to Fox. Out of the timeout. To Billings, to Bennett. To Billings. To Bennett. Bennett almost loses it. Gives it to Chilson. Up top to Harder. To Fox. Cross court to Bennett. To Harder. To Bennett. To Billings. To Harder. To Bennett. To Chilson. To Harder. To Fox. To Chilson. To Bennett. To Harder. To Bennett. To Chilson. He'll drive. Give it out to Bennett. Bennett will just hold it. Gives it to Fox. Gives it to Billings. Pass goes off of Avery's hand. 4:44 left. As Kreitzler will get it for Nanticoke. Gives it to Baczynski. Drives on Harder. Shot was blocked in the air, but they call Harder for the shooting foul. Baczynski will shoot 2. Baczynski was 4 of 6 at the line last game. 2 huge free throws. He misses the first one. As number 35, Dylan Szyskowski, comes in for Belicki. Baczynski's second free throw is through the nets.
It's now 39-41.
As Chilson gives it to Bennett, cross court to Chilson, to Fox, lob pass, not the, and it's off of Nanticoke. Jake Krapinski is flabbergasted as Raposa subs in for Nick. Jake cannot believe his eyes.
That's going in his head, Brad, and you can tell.
It's gotta. Fox inbounds to Harder. Harder to Raposa. And that's a reach-in by Nate Kreitzler.
Oh.
Nanticoke cannot believe what is happening.
They're getting impatient, folks, and it is showing.
I wouldn't say impatient, I'm just saying they're getting sloppy.
Well, that will be more.
The inbound from Raposa is to Harder. And that's a block on Baczynski.
Oh.
That's the 5th Nanticoke foul. Baczynski is also mind blown. His second. Raposa will inbound to Fox. Fox brings it into the front court with ease. And he puts Szyskowski on some skates, slows him down. Fox drives the hole. Floater short. Rebounded by Trajan Krapinski. And the Tigers go in. They get the jump ball.
Oh.
Chilson and Fox get them.
They are heated.
And that's a technical. That should be a technical on Trajan Krapinski. They're in his head now.
Oh.
Everyone is in Nanticoke's head. They're not playing with any adversity. They haven't faced anything. Timeout taken by Coach Spencer Lunger. Nanticoke hasn't faced anything yet.
Oh, Brad, it is getting heated.
It is. It's getting, this is what I call good basketball. You don't know what is going on. Nanticoke is running around like chickens with their heads cut off. For all I know.
Deja vu, Brad.
They they're running around with their heads cut off. They're playing sloppy defense, and it's getting in their heads. And then Trajan Krapinski should have picked up another foul there. That should have been a technical. You do not spike the ball at the official scorer for Tunkhannock. What did he ever do sitting over there? He's just minding his own.
I think he was upset. His hairline is good.
No, I don't think he was upset. Nah, I think that's the wrong word to use there.
Well, Brad, I don't think we can say much on live broadcasting.
Fox will inbound under his basket. He'll give it out to Chilson. To Raposa. To Fox. Fox gives it to Chilson. Jump ball, Nanticoke will get it. 3:37 left. Balicki will sub in for Shikowski. 2-point game. Give the credit to the student section for getting into the Nanticoke head.
Oh, it's hard to crack, but once they're in
As
there.
Kreitzler puts up a three, silence. Makes it
41-42. Still time left in the game, though, folks. Don't you believe?
As Nick gets the pass to Chilson, out to Raposa. His answer, around and out. Balicki gets the board to Kreitzler. Over to Jake Krapinski. 2:58 left. To Bachowski. To Balicki. To Jake Krapinski. Working some traffic to Balicki. To Kreitzler. Over to Trajan Krapinski. Up to Bachowski. Over to Jake Krapinski. To Balicki. Kreitzler gets knocked down. He'll get the pass from Trajan Krapinski. That's a hard hit! Tyler Fox just got knocked around, and so is Trajan Krapinski.
And his nose
and
is down and out. Tensions are high, folks. Hazleton is looking pretty similar to this tonight.
Don't know what that means, Rob, but don't know. As that Nanticoke coach is about, I would say, 5 seconds away from a technical foul. And he should be. Lou calls a timeout just to yell at the official. Wow. 2:16 left, 42-41 Nanticoke. As Charlotte Carpenter is not needed for Trajan Krapinski. As he probably did a little bit of some acting, I would say, to get that official timeout.
As always.
So.
.216 left.
I think there's, if this game is going to be defined by Trajan Krapinski spiking the ball at our official scorer tonight. Whatever happens, happens. I think that's the climactic point of tonight.
And remember, we have it on film, folks, so he can't deny it.
Nanticoke will have it.
2:16 left. 1-point game.
Kreitzler gets the board. Tunkhannock goes into a press. Kreitzler floats a pass to Bachowski. Cross court to Jake Krapinski. To Kreitzler. To Jake Krapinski. And that's a push on Jack Chilson. I don't know. Team's fifth. 2:01 left. Jake Krapinski to Kreitzler.
The game's tense and like
He'll give it back to him. Cross court to Kreitz. Kreitzler dribbles to Trajan Krapinski, to Bachowski, to Trajan Krapinski. He'll drive, give it to Jake Krapinski. That's a walk, it should have been. Kreitzler gets it, out to Bachowski, 1:31 left. Bachowski drives, gets it for 2. Takes a 3-point lead. Fox has it, 1:19 left. To Raposa, to Harder, in the corner.
He makes it! It's a tie game with less than 1 minute and 5 seconds left.
Nate Kreitzler has it to Jake Krapinski, to Kreitzler. Harder is playing like Fox did last year at Nanticoke, to Balicki, to Jake Krapinski, to Bachowski. He puts it up, he misses, Avery has it! Tigers have it, 40 seconds left. Fox is walking it up. Tigers should play for 1, play for overtime. Timeout, Coach Lunger, very well needed, 32 seconds left. Chilson's getting him pumped up.
Oh my gosh, folks, it is on fire here. You can feel the heat.
Nick Raposa's doing what he does and just gets everything hyped up like he did last year at Nanticoke.
This is playoff basketball.
As someone just walks by on the court with nice shoes on, we'll give him a shout out.
Nice shoes.
Because we've run out of things to talk about with 32 seconds left during this timeout. So
we can barely hold our wits to us, folks.
Tunkhannock should play for 1, 32 seconds left.
That's all one can hope. You know, you have to wonder what's happening in that huddle now. What is on their minds?
What's happening in Nanticoke's timeout is, whatever you do, you have 1 foul to give, so once you use it, don't use another. And if you're Jake Krapinski, don't foul. That's what I would say. The Tigers, they will have Nick Raposa inbound. Let's see what can happen. And it won't go to Fox, it'll go to Chilson. And they're gonna cover Fox. Chilson will get it to Fox. He blows by Bachowski. 20 seconds left. That's a foul on Bachowski.
Oh.
That's a block.
22 seconds.
And he's at 3 now.
Tie game.
Some scores from around the league. Dallas and Coughlin, 70-46. Hazleton 29, Pittston 13, timeout. 22 seconds left.
They may have to call the riot patrol for this one. It is a close, heated match here, folks.
Well, with 22 seconds left, lots can still go wrong, but if you're a Tunkhannock, you play for 1, and you force Nanticoke to foul right here. You force and put you in the 1-and-1 bonus. Preferably with Fox at the line, as he will inbound. As the student section's into it, as Fox will inbound to Raposa, and he gets the charge by Nick Raposa as he hit Kreitzler, who was reaching in. I don't know how.
Let's get the rewind on that, folks.
Nanticoke will get the ball.
This must be a tropical vacation because it seems like there's some diving going on.
I am sorry. It is the 4th quarter, not the 3rd quarter, as Nanticoke will call a timeout now. 20 seconds left. I am so sorry. I had the 3rd quarter up all 7 minutes and 40 seconds. But it is the 4th quarter now. Tied game, 44-44. See who can hold them off. Tigers have to make one last stand. I do not agree with that call. Kreitzler was in the cookie jar, and Nick took a pull through, and it caught Kreitzler's nose.
Well,
don't agree. You shouldn't be putting your hands in the cookie jar, Nate. Should not be.
I may be a hockey fanatic, but I sure know when something's wrong in the game, Brad.
I don't know. And Jake Krapinski inbounds to Bachowski in the back court. He'll give it to Kreitzler. Nanticoke, if they draw a foul, they're shooting free throws. Kreitzler puts up a three. Misses! Rebounded by Tyler Fox! He'll get the foul!
1 second! Oh, it's
shooting foul!
It's about to burn down, folks! Hold on to your horses!
Tyler Fox is shooting too. Nanticoke has committed the 7th foul. Tigers are shooting the rest of the way. Jake Krapinski picks up his 4th.
2 shots, 1 second.
Tyler makes it!
He makes it! What's this? 45-44.
As Fox has ice in the veins!
Oh my God!
Carter tied it! Fox put it away! Kreitzler could not make the 3. Tyler gets it, the fastest guy on the court for the Tigers, and just runs up the court. If you're Tunkhannock, you have to hit the rim on this free throw attempt. You have got to have it hit the rim. If not, Nanticoke will have the ball out of bounds and will have a chance to draw up a play. Nanticoke called the timeout. Fox will be shooting 1 free throw out of it. And Tunkhannock will put their 2 bigs down there. They cannot foul. No fouls. He misses. Rebounded by Tyler Fox.
It's over. It is over. 1-point win by the Tigers. They storm. It is done.
They end it.
We win. 1 point, folks. It is done. They are going home. Nanticoke is crying. There's nothing left in this game. 45-44 Tigers. That's it, folks. That
We're
is
gonna get an interview tonight with Ryan Harder and Tyler Fox after this game.
Oh, ever so close.
Go. Upset alert. Tigers escape 45-44. Ryan.
Harder.
Ryan. Go. Ryan. They'll both run by. We'll see if we can get Nick Raposa, our 3rd choice. So, Nick, you're very ecstatic. How's it feel to have to see Ryan make the 3, and then you guys kind of get some offense there? Tyler makes it. The guy you want at the line.
I mean, started off with Ryan's 3. He was feeling it all game, so we knew that we had to get him the ball. He knew he was going to make the shot for us. Tyler, I mean, he has ice in his veins, so he came up big, as usual, and I mean, it was just a terrific game.
Just like last year at Nanticoke.
Oh, even more crazy, but no, home court's better.
Oh, yeah. Hey, go get him, Nick. I'm Brad Keeler.
And I'm Clyde.
And we're signing off for the night. Finals 45-44 as Tunkhannock wins it. Puts him at 12 wins.
Good